I've really enjoyed going through the Law of Moses with you because I don't know about you, but I just don't know how to study it or apply it to my life. And in talking to you about it, I've learned a lot more of how to apply it to my life, and my faith has grown. And I hope yours has too. I hope you've been encouraged, and I hope you've been empowered to live as if tomorrow isn't guaranteed, because it's not. The eighth thing we know about the Mosaic Law, and I love this, is it kind of reveals and demonstrates the value of an intercessor between God and man. And from the beginning of the story, we understand that an intercessor is coming, right? Genesis 3, we see that Jesus is coming. He will win, and I love that passage in Genesis 3 that mentions Jesus is coming with the heel and stepping on Satan's head. Come from Eve, and there'll be enmity in whatever that word is, strife, anger, and fighting between the woman and Satan for forever, for as long as the world exists. But the intercessor found in Numbers 3:3 for the old covenant was from the line of Aaron and the sons of Aaron. And this was the Levitical priesthood, and only priests could enter the tabernacle. And why did you need a tabernacle? They had a tabernacle to hold the presence of God. And the high priest, somebody who was behaving right, dressed a certain way, had a specific thing about his life, he was the only one allowed to enter the Holy of Hollies, and once a year for the blood, with the blood sacrifice. And oftentimes, I think every time, tied with a rope. So if they died, they could just pull this high priest out. This place where God was absolutely holy and untouchable. And you're like, why? Well, because we are not holy and God is. So why did, I don't know about you, but I have a question about this. And I'm like, why didn't God start with Jesus from the beginning, the new covenant and the Holy Spirit? And I've had this question brewing on my mind, and I went to Google, and everything's right on Google. But no, I've searched, and when I asked God, I felt in my spirit that it was a working up to the perfect timing of God. It was a working up to not taking the gospel for granted. And I love what John Piper says about the timing of Jesus. He says, the time leading up to Christ was suitable, appropriate, and effective way to prepare the world for the gospel. And as we see in Galatians 4, chapter 4, verses 4 through 5, the timing of God is perfect. The timing of God is perfect. So not to dismiss the question, but the answer is simple. It's God's way, and His way is perfect. If we could understand all God's mysteries and all God's ways, we would be God. Let's not put God in a box and think we understand His ways. Instead, let's thrive in His mystery and worship in His mystery and realize we serve a big God. And what that will do, and I love the message from Pastor Louis on Sunday, what that will do is lead us to a life of extravagant worship. Let's be people that are exuding out of response of who God is. And as we live a life responding to who God is, people don't need to hear your words or won't need to see your serving or won't need to see how much you give. They will just see you and your light that you wear so beautifully. So remember, take today as if tomorrow isn't guaranteed, and pursue God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and everything else will fall into place in your life.